My name is Heidi Phillips. I work for George M. Raymond, and I am one of their foremen. I have been with Raymond for 2 years, and what keeps me coming back is the entire company. The appreciation, the understanding, and the empathy, and the trust that they have in all their employees. Well, I've been in construction for 30 years. I've been fortunate enough to work all over the world. And when COVID hit, I decided it was time for me to stop traveling overseas. So I called Mike Manos and I told him I was looking for a job. And he said, would you like to come hang wallpaper for us? And I said, absolutely. I went to school. I'm a paralegal. I made $12 an hour back in the 90s. I had a child who I needed to support. And I looked at my dad and I said, Dad, what do you make? And at that time, he was making, I think, $27 an hour. And I said, I've done side jobs with you. I can do this. Against his wishes, I went down and I joined the union. And here I am. I wish more women knew the benefits of it and how it's not just a job, it's a career. I've made a career out of this. Yes, you have to work hard, but at every job you have to work hard. This one's just physical, and it's a really good job. You get a pension, you get health benefits, we make a great wage. You know, I wish this younger generation would realize that with a little elbow grease, you can get just as far as you would being on the internet. I'm very well-rounded. I'm certified in marine coatings, industrial coatings. I do faux finish. I'm a French polisher, which means I refinish wood products. I hang wallpaper. I paint. I do murals. I do the Venetian plasters, the marmarinos. So I'm very well-rounded when it comes to my trade. Being on time. And being on time is actually 15 minutes early. It's not 7 o'clock. If you start at 7 o'clock, being on time is being there at 6:45, where you're supposed to be at, in your area. That's being on time. Being mindful of your breaks. Being mindful of an efficient way to do your task for the day. If you know the next step, then you don't have to waste time going finding someone and say, well, what do I do next? You should ask in the morning. So you want me to do this, 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 and this. Okay, well, when I'm done with this, I know to do this, and then I know to go do this, and then I need to go to do that. And if something changes during the day, the foreman will come and tell you, hey, listen, can you stop doing this, and can you help this person do this? To me, that's beneficial. I like the most about my job that I do not have to get up and do my hair and put makeup on in the morning, because nobody cares what I look like when I go to work. I'm gonna get dirty anyways. And there is also an instant gratification when you walk into a room and you have to hang the wallpaper, and when you're done, you're like, wow, that looks so much better. Or when you're doing faux and you make something turn from nothing to something very beautiful, and it's like, wow, that looks great. There is an instant gratification with that, with looking at your work and looking at the finished product. I get up about 3 o'clock in the morning. I have a cup of coffee, turn on the news. I sit and I relax for about 30 minutes. Then I get up and I take a shower and I get dressed for work, feed my kitty. I'll have another cup of coffee, throw something together for lunch, and then I'm normally out the door by 4:30. The people that work for it and the people that run it, it all starts with the owner down to management, down to employees. I'm very fortunate that Raymond is a great company. And from the top down, there's not one single person in this company that you can't go and talk to. Communication, respect is a big thing. When I was younger, I always planned on being an attorney or a dermatologist. Hence the reason I went to school to be a paralegal. That was going to be my stepping stone, but life has a a way of throwing you curveballs, and I had a child, and there was a need. There was a need for me to be able to support her. To be honest, if you mess something up, own it. When people try to give excuses of why it's this or that, it's infuriating. Just own it, and I guarantee that they'll be more impressed that you say, I messed this up, than if you try to give them a million excuses of why it's messed up.